Oh, you're muted, Carl.
Hello. Sorry. Just trying to get everything set up on the... Because it's my life.
You did it.
I did it. I'm the best.
Your life. After you guys talking about it yesterday, I checked out. I didn't know what you meant by Untitled Goose Game. And then I looked it up. That game is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super funny.
I love the fact that you can just honk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anytime.
it is tailor-made for my
Repeatedly.
playstyle, sadly.
So, another thing, real quick, let me grab a photo. Are we streaming?
Yes.
We are, aren't we?
Yes.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's not a bad photo. Not that I've ever sent any of those. Yeah. I'm trying to get a cool photo right here that I want you guys to tell me if you recognize anything. Why is it not downloading? Oh, there it is. Okay. Oh, whoops. That's full size. Well, that's okay. You'll love it. Maybe. So,
I recognize George.
you recognize me. That's one thing. Do you recognize one more thing? Like,
Are you wearing the
whole-
same shirt?
Yes, because it was from earlier today. This is like an hour ago that I took this photo.
Two things recognized.
Okay, none of me counts. The thing. Does the city look at all familiar?
I would guess it's in Assassin's Creed.
It's in Game of Thrones.
Oh.
You're muted, Hans. This is the rooftops from
Yeah.
this is where they filmed the city. I have several others with like that big clock tower thing, and of course they CGI a bunch of extra stuff too.
Oh, yeah.
But
Nice.
I have a picture with the stairs of shame where Cersei came down or whatever.
I think
Yeah,
I
so-
think you just revealed how many people actually watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Me.
I watched it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I barely watched it. I probably watched less than. Well, I don't know. How much have you seen, Carl?
An episode.
Oh, okay. So you've watched less than me, but not by much. I can't watch the show. It's too bloody for me. Like, it just randomly comes out in violence, and suddenly someone's like throats and entrails are like getting mixed together, and I'm like, that I can't do it. No. So, okay.
I watched
So
it.
I guess let's do stand up.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I just got to travel for like 2 hours on top of the city walls.
Why don't you go first then, George?
Okay. I did some patrols to protect Ragusa. Actually, it's called Dubrovnik now. But the Republic of Ragusa. Speaking of goose, I watched a little bit of Untitled Goose Game. Okay, now actual work that I did. So I got a whole bunch of work complete on the action panel that I'm adding to a planet summary as a test of will this work UX wise. I didn't know if it would. It looks awful. I can enable it pretty quickly, so we can kind of give it a shot. Oh wait, no, I can't. I have to make it so that it the buttons actually make you use the abilities now. But basically, what it's intending to do is every valid ability that you can use on any given object. Right now, it's only celestial objects, but any given object will be listed with the ships that can do it and whether they can do it currently and why not if they can't. So it just kind of like it's a little thing that just goes whoosh, and then it shows you those things and phew, that kind of thing.
Is
So,
it at all like that one UX design that Tyson did a long time ago?
I wanted to make it that way, but I couldn't remember because it's not in our drive and I don't know where it is. I searched and searched and searched for it and I could not find it anywhere on our drive. My thought is that it might have been something that was pasted into Discord but never saved to drive. I could be wrong.
There's a good chance it's in a random PSD.
Okay. I don't have Photoshop, so that would not help me. So anyway, Today I'd like to finish that because that's going to be the one of the big tasks done for this week, and then the other one I have is doing the oh crap, I forgot, what was it? Selecting an ability needs to be more clear of what it needs you to do. So I'm hoping
And
to get
reaching
those
out to
done.
streamers.
I have news on that front, but we'll wait until after stand up.
Okay.
Okay. I pick Will because his eyebrows are about to go into orbit.
I just curious about your news. Yesterday I did bugs. There's a bunch of them in the validate column. Actually, there were multiple bugs that I did that I don't have my face on that were actually done by someone else, but they didn't move the bug over. I would appreciate it if you guys would do that because like I spent like 30 minutes sometimes trying to repro these things that I couldn't repro because they were already done. Today, I'm actually not really sure what to do. There's not a ton of bugs left. I could work on bugs. I'm on a few different tasks, but I'm not really sure what to do on any of them. If someone has any grand suggestions, I'm open ears.
Oh, Brandon, that's not a good angle for your camera.
Yeah, that's a lot of sun. I would like to hear from Hans.
Yeah. First off, there's my Discord. Is this the one you're looking for?
Ow.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I will put a JPEG up in the
Okay, yeah.
UI room. So you can
My
have
thing
access.
doesn't look anything like that. Well, actually, it is a little similar to it, but it's just on the side instead of underneath.
Okay, so I'll put a JPEG up so you have access to that.
Okay.
My day yesterday was get mostly inelastic. I got all the indexes set up for Anthony's new data, and we went back and forth and tested on that stuff for a bit. I've got most of the dashboard done. I probably have a little bit more I want to do on the dashboard. Let me quickly show. So where we've gotten so far. So we have our daily game stats that we were going with before, which has our games complete and our -7 day number. The fleet fate, the game version that is coming in, whether the completed games within whatever your range is, whether they used a save game or not. The average population per win. I've captured no wins yet, so there is no average. Average food at the end of the game, average gas at the end of the game, average metal, and then the average in-game population for whenever a game ends. And these are averaged basically on a daily basis for whatever your range is. There's a couple other stats I'll probably add in as we're going through this, as we start to see like what do we want to look at here. But the data is all flowing now. So what I would like to encourage folks to do is when you are playing and you think you're going to play a full game, not just testing something, but you think you're going to play a full game all the way through, please, please, please play from the main menu map, not from the Galaxy map, because then that will submit data. If you do not play from the main menu, data it'll sidestep the data, so we don't get a bunch of partial data in the metrics. But what that means is that if you don't, then I get no data to test. So, yeah, so that's flowing. Got all that stuff done yesterday, and then started playing around a little bit with some of the material stuff for asteroids. So I'll probably be working on that some later today. I don't know where Anthony left it with the asteroids that Carl generated with Houdini. I don't know if he's added them in or not, but I think at minimum I can at least get a couple temporary like first passed asteroid skins in place, or materials in place, so we can start to see what those look like. Yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to focus on today, is getting that done and finishing up some more on the deploy stuff. And I might do a little more on the dashboard, but I'm not sure. So that's my day. And at lunch, I'm going to run to the workshop store because I need some paint.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I'm going to buy orcs for Carl and send them to him.
Orcs. I like orcs.
I hate orcs. I especially hate squids.
Why?
Ooh,
I like
even
squid.
better.
I hate.
Wait, no, squids are the
I
best.
hate that whole faction. I hate everything about them.
The Gloomspire gets, you hate them?
Everything.
They're fantastic with mushrooms and shit growing on them. They are wonderful.
I'll take his orcs.
Okay. I choose Brandon.
Cool. What did I do yesterday? Sorry, I'm a little unprepared this morning. So yesterday, I had a conversation with Carl about prioritizing some design work that we had discussed over the weekend. Ended up prioritizing the faction work that we had discussed, and then got a lot of feedback from him on my initial forays into that. And though Ant is out, I'd like to share that with George today, so we can go over it and see whether or not this is a direction we want to go down. In addition to that, there was something else that I did that it's really blanking out for me right now. Sorry. Oh, I completed another public development video. That's what I did. And also aligned with Carl on what we're doing for pushing streamer or the streamer communication based on what we have for our narrative trailer. And then thank you, Hans, for submitting the recording of you and,
Oh.
and your
Hold on, I have someone at my door.
Oh, that wasn't me. It was Tyson.
Oh, that was Tyson.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
that was
never mind.
Tyson.
Well, thank you, Tyson.
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, that's a great segue into everyone. Well, George just left. Everyone on the team, please take a look at that note and please record yourself saying "in search of a home."
It just sounded so awful every time I recorded it.
I
But
know.
I'll do one and I'll upload it.
It's okay. I'm going to lower the volume of all of them. I'm going to
Okay.
try to syncopate them so that some are on the left and right, and then I'll have the actual actors' voices have the full
Okay.
center audio. So
Yeah.
that way we should
Okay.
all get washed out and no
Cool.
one will actually have to hear our individual voices.
Okay, so I'll do that. Also, on that front, the recordings that Santora did this weekend, he was super unhappy with the quality of the recordings. So he's home today. He's not at work today. So he is, as part of his time at home today, he's sort of rejiggering how his microphone's set up. And so he's going to capture some more of that stuff. So I don't know if it's still useful or not, but he wants to do it. So
It is.
I'll
It's
pass it
useful.
on. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, anyways, so today, go over that design doc with George. If we get the thumbs up, I'm going to actually start building out the numbers for that. Or at least a first swag at them. As the narrative tracks come in, they will be my priority. I'm going to edit them and make sure that we have those files and then send them over to Tyson whenever they're done. And then after that, yeah, I guess I'll continue down the marketing and budgeting. I need to send over all of that to Carl, so that I should be able to get done today. All right. George?
Nope.
Nope. Sorry, I missed who's
It's just
already gone.
it's just
Carl.
me.
Carl. Okay, Carl.
Cool. So yesterday, I literally made 500 asteroids because Anthony was sassing me, and so I sassed him back by literally exporting 500 different asteroids and chucking them at him. I don't think he will import 500 asteroids. I imagine he will import a small percentage of those, but hopefully they are good and work. I went back and forth with Tyson a bunch on the narrative trailer and just feedback and iteration, and every time he had a new version, giving him stuff. Today, I need to release the next pub dev video and do all the social media intern stuff around that. Gonna continue to push on the narrative trailer as needed. I was talking to our music guy this morning, and hopefully he'll be able to get something to us for it. He's going to New York City Comic Con, so timing is a little tight, and maybe he needs to pull in a friend, or maybe we need to use what we have, but I'll find out more today. I went back and forth with the artist on the Twitch emote stuff. You can find cute bear icons in the Discord. Today, and then I can do whatever else it comes up and is needed. I'll just be working through whatever is stuff. Anthony is out with a headache this morning, but his update was he blocked cheats and shipping builds. He added the analytics. He fixed some bugs. Today he is trying to get rid of his headache this morning, and then he's going to work on asteroids and JSON stuff. So, there's us. Also, it is officially October. So,
Oh man,
welcome to
I can no
October.
longer do the Earth, Wind, and Fire September sing along all the time.
Wasn't that just for one day of September?
No, that's every single day of September. Check yourself.
I feel like this is like the Christmas expansion. Like soon you'll just be singing that song all year, and I'll have to light you on fire.
Oh my. So I could show real quick the thing that I was doing. If you guys want to see.
Yeah, dude. Mostly because I just want to have the dice roll of whether or not you crash.
I didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, so if I go to Planet View and click something now, so what it does is it shows me. I told you it's ugly. This is just like the bare bones right now. It gives me the abilities that I could use on this planet, and which ships in my fleet can do it. And it right now, because we don't really have anything to identify them so very well, so I just take the first 3 letters of what type of ship it is. So wow, I have 4 scanners apparently. So for example, if one of my ships, like let's say, oh, whoops, I can't use those sensors. Why would it let me? Okay, so there's a bug that I found, which is my flagship does not have its sensors capable, but it thinks it does because they're not powered. Oh well, I'll fix that in a minute. But let's pretend they are powered. Oh yeah. So if I start scanning something else, you can see that the flagship is no longer available to do it. It gets disabled. So this shows me everything that could do what I want to do. We can limit this. The place where it is right here in the JSON. This line says all the abilities that can apply to a Celeste object when you click. And so anytime if you have any copies of those abilities, they will just appear in this vertical list right here. And then but we can restrict that. Like for example, if we don't want insta scan or a deep spider core drill or broad spectrum scanning or any of that stuff, we can just remove it from this. And so it kind of just works based on what we decide we want it to do.
That's
Now,
cool, but also, so you
Go ahead.
can't do the hanger yet, right? Because you haven't scanned it.
Right. So that would require some extra logic for stuff. I think basically what we want to do is there should be I think there already is a can use ability with a given context. Isn't that correct?
I think so.
Anyway, I can check for that and enable or disable them based on that, and then have a tooltip that works.
That's way cool.
So that's what I've been doing. And it should make it easier to use planets instead of having to click idle ships over and over. You just next thing, click, etc. Yay.
On that note, something kind of related to that, I would really like if a thing is being scanned, if it was visible. Like I can imagine the question marks are bold or something, you know?
Hmm.
Does that make sense? Because
Yep.
sometimes I have like 3 scanners running and I can't remember where I put them. And then I have a 4th scanner that pops up and I'm like, ah, crap. If I put it on this planet, I'm going to maybe have 2 scanners doing the same thing.
Yeah. One of the things on that I think we were talking about early on from a UI perspective is that when like a ship was actively doing something, we would change like the pin line color or something like that around the ship, and then have that be a progress around the planet that's being scanned. A curved line that would progress around the planet. But I think the thought was it would get too noisy.
If you had like 3 of them doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think one way or another, like all of these, figuring out some more consistent way to communicate state is something we're still really weak on all the way around. Even like long range scan, anytime you are choosing to do any of those things or tying even back the events that are going on back to the ship's easy way, we're not real great about that yet. Wonder. I don't know. Kind of feel like maybe we spending when Tyson's in and through with the trailer, like it might be worth spending half an hour with him with the team and just brainstorm different ways to do some of this visualization. I don't know. What do you think, Carl?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's worthwhile. I've unfortunately captured him for this narrative trailer stuff, and it sounds like he's.
Yeah, I think it's appropriate.
Yeah, he's doing work. He did work yesterday. He's going to do some work today. He's actually going to be out for a lot of tomorrow, though.
Okay.
But he may have time again on Thursday. So just depending. But I think having him come back through and do some of the stuff. I think it's even on his priority list. It was just
I think so.
not as high. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think having him and just like thinking through the problem, because I think that we're also farther along in understanding systems and how the game plays, and so even just thinking through like how is this UI that we've had in here working, how is it not working, how do we need to refresh, modify, all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So
is that something we can do earlier in the day than later so that I can participate before it becomes like one?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that today or tomorrow?
No,
you said
that's like probably
next week.
It's like
Sometime
Thursday
in
at
the fall.
earliest.
Okay.
We'll figure out what Tyson's schedule is going to be, and then we'll put it on the calendar.
Okay.
Cool.
Oh.
What was the news you had on the streamer stuff, George?
We'll go into it afterwards.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah. I didn't know if you just meant after the stand-up portion.
No, just like, later on today.
Yeah. Who's playtesting? Should we all playtest to generate a bunch of data? That feels like a really good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's all
Launch
playtest.
it from the main menu.
I got a baby, so if he starts going crazy, I'm going to abandon the game and there's no way to pause it.
Oh,
We should
you're
you
right.
get a
You
pause
can load
back.
the.
You can save it.
Or you can open options and it'll pause.
Yeah.
What?
You can options gone.
If you click the options gear in the lower left-hand
Oh.
corner, it will pause the game.
Sorry.
I
I wasn't saying what to that. I was saying what because I pressed play from the main menu and my game is not.
I apparently don't have a solution file.
Why is this not working? Sorry, can you hear the vacuum? Is it coming through?
It's just like a high-pitched whine when you talk, only because your mic picks it up when it opens up to let your voice in. But otherwise,
Okay,
no.
I'll try to stay muted.
I know that's really hard for you, so.
Excuse me. I just saw an echo of George being really angry on stream.
Yeah, that's where I saw it too. Now I get to figure out how I'm going to share this on stream. Be interesting. Um,
So what are the best Persona powers, and what are the ones that you always avoid?
I
Fishing
always
is the
try and
best.
get Grand Celebration. I always try and get one delay. Others I'm kind of
I've never gotten, or I've never really used belay.
I use it all the time.
I probably should be. I always avoid agrarian. I don't even know if it works.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think I've ever used agrarian.
Yeah, I mean, I've used it, but only because it was the only choice. Like when you get like 2 agrarian choices, you're like, okay, fine.
Do-
You're like drag.
Does anyone know? Is agrarian only when you actually exploit a planet for food, or does it
Correct.
actually
Yes,
work on your higher
from that exact ship.
It is horrendously bad.
It's really
If it worked in conjunction with hydroponics, I'd feel a little better about it.
I agree. I think that's the way that we should probably do it. We should make it a farming ship.
It makes more sense because agrarian is farming.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And you're
It's
like, wait a minute.
not. Yeah, it's not forager or something.
Yep.
Forger should what is that? Pleasure
Pleasure fauna.
flora? Flora? It's flora.
Yes, I have to take it.
Fauna.
I got the status quo.
Pleasure
I'm not
fawn.
sharing. Turn on screen share. Application window.
I already really want to click these buttons. They're so much more convenient than clicking the ships.
Wow, did I just get super lucky and I spawned like all efficient ships?
Did you? You're gonna get 5 efficient ships?
Well, my flagship is agrarian. Oh, my flagship started with a hangar and hydroponics. Oh, we're good. Good at this game. Oh, more efficient. Efficient versus agrarian? Do I even have to look at anything else in this? No, I don't.
Yeah, that's yeah. Who cares?
Diplomatic. Ooh, they're both diplomatic. I likey.
Man, I
Diplomatic's
really
okay.
dislike when my population just goes down from jumping, because that's what I'm supposed to do to win. And
Your
I get that it's
population
supposed
goes
to.
down from jumping.
Yeah, every time you
It just
jump,
goes
your
down over
population
time.
just goes down.
You actually don't need a jump in order for it to go down.
Yeah, it
just
just
goes
happens
down
over
now.
time.
Yeah.
But every time I jump, it goes down, and I'm like, what did I
You
do wrong?
see the number when
Well, you see the number, but
Oh, I
but
see
it
what you're
does not
saying.
actually go down when you jump.
I totally agree, George.
It just
Oh,
feels
God.
bad to me.
It feels like you're making mistakes. I really dislike it when it pops up the +2 or the -3 also in the corner because I'm like, what the heck did I do? It's just, it seems very confusing.
Fully scan everything. I can do that. Give me my broad spectrum, baby. Where's that one?
Broad spectrum, baby.
I forgot how to tell. Do I not have it on here? I don't. Damn it.
Can I change the
completely forgot.
audio from this? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm sorry. The music's lovely, but I've heard it too many times now.
When everyone else is saying in search of home, can you instead record me saying broad spectrum, baby?
No.
No,
You're such an idiot.
I refuse. I'm not gonna do that.
I thought I'd check.
I appreciate you, Will.
Definitely not doing that.
Will, you're my favorite person named Will.
Oh, that's interesting.
Wrecked. Actually, I want to upgrade your. Upgrade your reactor.
Come
too.
on, guys, hurry up.
I'm pretty sure the first part of my game every time is just upgrading my reactor on every single ship.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I gotta take lessons from Brandon.
I mean, I don't know if it's right, but I'm pretty sure that's what I do every game now.
Refined fuel, that's right. Sure, I'll do that again.
We should have you. You'll be the one.
Wait, fully scan everything?
Oh yeah, that's like impossible in this since we made those changes now. It's real rough.
Yeah, the only way to do it is if you have the broad spectrum scanning and you blow it on it.
Yep.
Or you have a belay that order.
I don't think I have any of these things.
Whoa.
What?
Man, aggressive exploiting is going to be hella dope now. I mean, reckless exploiting. I'm going to reckless exploit everything in the universe
Why?
because there's like 6 resources on everything now.
I
And then
mean,
I don't have to scan 'em.
there were before, but they were just combined.
Just
Well, yeah,
obfuscated
but I
the
can't
bus.
scan 6 times. That's
I was
impossible.
exiled? How did
Already?
I didn't even realize it was happening.
Did you, like me, recklessly exploit everything? Because I'm
Well, I was
noticing that
trying
my
to finish
morale
the
looks pretty
quest.
bad.
Yeah, because it will tank your morale. That's for sure.
My final score is way too big. I forgot to account for number of jumps is accounted for, but it shouldn't be just a flat thing. It should be a multiplier. So getting farther gives you a lot bigger of a multiplier. Oh. Well, that's dumb.
Oh, I increased the number of survivors I have. Cool.
Yeah, people have babies, Brandon. That's biology.
Mm,
Will has first-hand experience.
wouldn't know
That's
that.
true. Asteroids, barren, desert. Sounds lame. Asteroids, barren, frozen. Sounds lame. Usually many. Usually many. Let's do usually many. Let's go to K.
Ugh, I agree with Ant on changing the powered unpowered thing. Every time I have to unpower something, I'm like, bleh, bleh.
Yeah, it sucks right now.
Agreed.
Who came up with that idea? It was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, mother effer. God, I hate the power system. God damn it. I upgraded my scanners twice, so they're level 3, and I forgot it takes more power, so now I can't use them.
Oh
Why?
god, reckless exploit is so terrible. Why would I ever do this ever
Why?
again?
What do you
That
mean?
was horrendous.
Why was it bad? Should I not be
Morale
doing it?
loss.
Yeah, my
For
morale's
Well,
no
that's
really
probably
low
why I
now.
died.
for 36 seconds? Hell no. Never doing that again. I'll just take the hit.
Oh, here's Grand Celebration. Yay for luxury liners. Oh, there's another hydroponics.
Oh, I finally used all my metal. I'm so good.
Ooh. Well done. Oh god,
Got-
House, why? Why are you so impossible now?
I didn't get a single roll of broad spectrum scan. This is
Yeah, me either, man.
bullshit.
Broad spectrum is kind of a noob power, anyways.
What?
He's just being all badass. When in reality, he's just bad at the game.
Oh,
Ooh, savage burn.
Snap!
Damn.
I
son.
have been savaged.
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 What?
Wow.
What is our life?
Why?
Mutiny.
Already.
Wow, that's a little judgmental there.
Sorry.
League ran away.
Do I not have a long range scanner? Mother of cheeseburger, is this for real?
Yeah, that's the worst.
Ugh, well, I
Especially
guess I'll
if
be
you're a
sitting
new
here for
player.
24. Darn it.
Oh my god, dismantling takes forever.
Yeah, you should be better. Be a pro, Brandon.
I'm
Wow.
so bad at this game now.
Which M should I go to? I'm gonna go to the M that's bigger because I think the size matters.
Oh.
Are you laughing because it doesn't matter?
Yes.
It definitely doesn't matter.
Ah, why are they different sizes then? It seems so significant.
Oh, people died.
Crap.
Well, our game looks so much better than before. Holy crap.
It really
It's
does.
pretty shocking how good it looks.
Hey, I leveled up my scanner to level 3, and there's really no indication that I did that.
Starvation.
Oh,
Yep,
you're
sounds
right. Can we bug that real quick? I bet I could fix that probably in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, I
Give
mean,
some
just a tooltip
indication.
change would do the trick.
good.
I think that it would be even extremely easy just to add a tiny little thing in the corner of the ability that has just like a Roman numeral when you've upgraded it more than once, or plus signs or whatever.
Will hates Roman numerals.
Sure. No, I
fair.
what? I don't hate Roman numerals.
You
But
think
I
they're
do.
boring.
He hates Romans though.
I'm confused. Did I say that?
Wait, it does
Yes.
tell you look, level 2 reinstallation.
I'm
in
not
the
talking
tool-
about on the installation, and I think you and I are talking about different problems. I'm talking about when I select the ability to scan, it does not indicate to me that I will be scanning 3 places.
Mm,
And I'm trying to remember which one of my scanners is the one I updated so I can put it on the good one, but it's not really helping me with that information. Does that make sense?
Yep.
It
Yeah.
does.
I mean, I can get to the information, like you're saying. It's just inconvenient enough that I probably would. Oh, that's a flagship.
Oh no.
Oh, I keep long range scanning when there's nothing to long range scan anymore. Should be better.
Yeah,
I
that's
really
another
wish
one of
these
those
blue
cool
bars
cases
would fill up left to right.
You can change it.
I know, but it's not important enough to change.
But I just wanna.
Wait, which bars fill up left to right?
I wish these bars filled up with blue from left going to right, because it feels this is opposite of what I do when I'm reading, and it also is opposite of, like, it feels like this button here, this circle on the right, is the part that I'm trying to filter.
Oh,
It makes more sense.
we changed that yesterday because with the way that things are angled right now, if you fill it left to right, it feels like it takes forever to end because you don't see the last second.
Hmm. Well, that's
I got to be honest, it didn't bother me.
Yes,
When it was the last 3 seconds, that bothered me.
Yep.
The last second didn't bother me.
I'm very confused. Faction. Oh, never mind. Okay, I get it now. Well, lame. Whatever. I didn't even fucking care about your stupid ships.
Whoa.
I had a mutiny, I guess.
Oh, that's a lot of asteroids. Holy shit.
Do I really only have 3 ships now? Man, it would be nice if there was maybe an indication of the mutiny before I did a jump that caused me to lose literally all of my resources. I can't even play the game anymore. All right, well, I lost. Should I wait to lose? Is there a reason for stats purposes that it's important, or can I just exit?
Yes, you need to finish the game. Sounds
Okay, I'm
fine.
going to turn it on fast forward and minimize.
Yeah, we probably need to
Hmm.
add like an abdicate option or something.
Oh my god, I wish I had a broad spectrum scanning right now. Wait, it wants me to jump out of here? Are you insane, game? House, you suck. Uh-oh. Oh man, I need to fulfill this bullshit. Ooh, I almost forgot to long range scan in order
They're
to
already worried.
get out of here.
Oh, time to do a grand celebration. Well, now I'm gonna starve. It's cool.
I had enough food for grand celebration.
Why can't I? Oh gosh, I can't.
Damn, exiled.
Oh no. Why can't
Wow.
I change my ship?
Can someone mark that we need to increase the amount of time you have to fulfill the request house jump out of here? Because like I have to play in slow-mo to make sure that it doesn't end before I get to hit the jump button and select something.
This shows that I haven't playtested our game in a couple of days because I was exiled on jump 1.
Jump 1?
I hadn't jumped yet
How is that even
Yeah,
possible?
what
What
did you
did
do?
because I didn't
do?
have a long range scanner and I
Oh,
was trying. I finally. Oh, hello.
Oh no. That's
oh,
gonna be
that's
the new
super
player
awkward.
experience for everyone.
Oh yeah. I don't have enough scanners anymore? What did I do? Oh, I dismantled one of my scanners. We bad.
Oh man. That was a rough game.
My fault. Am I positive on food output yet? No.
What did you think, baby? Did I do good?
Yeah.
You died in an explosion.
Oh, I could have. I should have just jumped until I died in an explosion. That would have been more fun than waiting until I starved to death.
Oh, I can't sneeze. Oh no.
Uh-oh. The worst.
Ugh. I hate that feeling.
Oh yeah, I have too many long range scanners. Alright, cool. Time to dismantle this one.
Boop, boop, doo.
What were some of the other suggestions people had? Or bugs? Because I don't think anyone's been recording. Which makes
Oh,
sense because we
crap.
were all
I
playing.
don't
So
remember. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, we should not make that mistake again.
We should tell people if they're jumping. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. When you press the jump button and you jump to a new system, you will lose all of the quests that are currently running. You can know then at that point whether losing those quests will cause a mutiny, and you will know how many ships you're going to lose from that mutiny. We should expose that information to the player. Did that make sense?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Makes sense, and I agree.
Ooh.
Reckless exploit a barren planet. Where are you guys at, Legion? Oh, I don't care. Yeah, we're not doing that.
We should make sure Will never gets reckless exploit because he causes himself to lose games using it.
Let's make more fuel. Let us long range scan. Can we afford? Yeah, we can't afford a reckless exploit.
Didn't you have a
Oh my god, it's 36 seconds. Never mind. You never can afford a reckless exploit. It's the dumbest thing to do. Never do it.
Why?
That's
I use it all the
not
time.
true.
It's so
Yeah.
expensive.
If you're scanning a 6th place, yeah, you're probably right. It's probably too expensive.
It's so expensive.
If
Why
I know
is
I
it
have a
so
lot of other
expensive?
things
What
to
do you
do, and I have something that's like Scanna or Harvesta, I'll launch it at the very beginning when I jump in and hope that I get what I want to get, and then move on and do the rest of my shit while I'm waiting.
Yeah, I have to admit, the thing I like the best about it is that it lowers the amount of work I have to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's only 2 clicks to finish a place rather than, 16.
Right.
What's
It's
up?
2 clicks to finish a place. It also counts as scanning the place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing. So,
That's fair. I think I'm looking at the 36 and then also thinking of the morale lost over 36 seconds.
sure. Yeah.
I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
How much of a morale loss is it?
It's not over the 36 seconds. You pay it when you click the button.
As soon as you click the
Well-
button. So if you cancel it, you've already paid the morale.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you also have to
You get it
sit in
back,
that system for
actually.
36 seconds
You do?
instead of leaving.
Yeah, because when you cancel things, you get all of your resources back.
You get the
was
morale
not-
back?
That was not the case when it was first implemented. So maybe that got bugged and fixed.
I fixed abilities so that they give you resources back when you cancel them a week or two
Okay.
ago.
Okay, cool. I didn't realize that would be included.
Morale is a resource. The way that it's programmed, it's identical as a resource to all other things. So I don't know why
Cool.
you wouldn't get it back. I mean, that's how it happens, right? Like you send a military ship to go conquer a place, and then everyone gets pissed off at you, and you're like, "Oh, whoops! No, I didn't do that," and everyone's like, "Cool."
Well, take a look real quick. And do we get indications of both the loss and then the gain? I know you get
Correct.
the indication of the loss.
Yeah, you get the indication of the loss and the gain, including dubers.
Cool.
Dubers.
You're a tuber. Clever.
That is exactly how I'd describe that.
And Will, on the ship drafting phase, is the alignment what you expected now?
Yes.
Okay.
I tried to change it, but you already had and hadn't moved the suggestion over.
Oh, I didn't even know somebody put a suggestion in.
Oh.
Sorry.
I
Yeah,
didn't know that either.
I just jumped in. So
The one that was in there was very snipey at me.
Am I
think Carl wrote it.
How much food am I making?
Probably.
Oh, I am positive on food right now. I have a positive food output.
Okay, I thought George was frozen for a second, and then he blinked.
Yeah, that's the only way I know I'm still alive too. Check whether or not I'm still blinking.
So I definitely don't get the my morale goes back up when I cancel it.
Like you don't see a visual indication of it, or you don't see
Yeah.
dubers.
And it seems like it's continuing to go down.
Nope.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Why does
and-
everything nowadays
Yeah, I
have
was able to drive myself to exile by just doing
By
it over.
canceling it.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a special case on that one. Oh, I might have just done it. Whoa, what the fuck? My spaceship just teleported through a planet.
Yes.
Magic.
Dope.
You upgraded your jump drive.
Look at this.
Yeah, I got one of those too
I
today.
think this one might be in a planet also. It's kind of hard to tell from this angle.
You wanted space wizardry. You have space wizardry.
This is not what I would consider space wizardry.
Space wizards!
I want lightsabers and the Force.
Feature not
How
bug.
do you think
Wait,
they
me too.
stuck it through there? They lightsabered out the core and stuck the ship through with the Force.
They used the bug.
Are you talking about midichlorians?
I hate you.
Okay, I'm gonna double check and see what I did. Maybe I did not write refund for that,
Fine
correct?
fuel.
Okay.
What is that ability called? Reckless endangerment?
Reckless exploit.
Exploit.
Reckless endangerment. I love it. Let's make an ability like that. Reckless endangerment. Vehicular manslaughter.
Uh, aggressive exploit is apparently what the ability's called.
Yeah, I think that was the
Yes.
original name.
Right.
You named it, Will.
Well, I don't remember things.
That's a good
Oh,
point.
I gained one person. I wonder how positive I am on food. Oh, I'm really positive on food. Holy shit. We dope.
I added a card for you, Will, and assigned you to it.
Okay.
Sinks.
Oh, why am I screen sharing?
Why not?
And I'm seeing these stats come in. Thank you, folks, for doing that.
Aggressive exploit.
Let's see. Do you get fuel for dismantling things? Or gas?
It should tell you in the mouse over, does it not?
Oh, let me check. Nope, doesn't tell me.
I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Mouse over dismantle. Or click dismantle and then mouse over one of the things that you can dismantle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Really?
I have no tooltip.
Oh, because the dismantle screen's totally different than the other screens. Okay, well, who's writing down suggestions? Because I have a
Me.
suggestion. We should have dismantle have a tooltip that tells you what you get, because I think it's the same for everything. But I could be wrong about that. Actually don't know what it does. Never looked at it.
Where are my other scanners? Oh, singular. My other scanner.
Why would they-
I might have messed up.
I've been super impressed by the pharmacies here, by the way, in both Greece and Croatia. It's like you walk in and you're like, I'm having this problem. And they're like, here's this thing that you would have to get like 17 prescriptions for in the US or whatever. It costs you €3. Cool. Fixes everything.
So it's Advil.
No. Advil was more expensive here than in the States, actually.
Yeah,
I
that
did
makes
buy
sense.
some of that.
What jump are you on, Brandon?
Does it say on this screen anymore?
I
Yep.
think in the lower right-hand corner.
Jump 9.
Nice.
Dope. Someone's gonna win.
Nah.
That would be awesome to get a win.
What
He's
am I
jump
doing?
9 and content. He just needs like 18
I'm now
more
hopeful.
fuel.
Where's my fuel factory? Oh, it's doing something right now. Fuel factory? Nope. Exploiting that right now, right? Yeah.
Ship click. I know I can make these ship buttons work.
Yeah, I have like a positive food income right now, so this is all going swimmingly. But I'm almost out of well, actually I have enough to do one more refinement, so I'll go to 13 fuel.
2.
So I guess we're all right.
Oh.
Let's see. Do I lose anything if I don't jump?
I do have to say, I still have a weird sense of our population scale. Like the onesie twosie kinds of things we do, like it's we add two, 2 are born, 4 die, yada yada yada. But it's occurring in this time scale of like a day.
Yes.
The idea
it's
of like
weird.
that many births, that many deaths within a population of 10,000 people seems weird. But then at the same time, over the arc of the game, like I don't feel like the population really has any impact because the size of the population, other than your final score, like where we're really trying to focus on like that population number mattering. And I feel like on both ends, we haven't quite figured out how to do that yet.
Yeah, I agree. It also feels weird that like 3 people die at the same time.
Yeah.
Like they all 3 had heart attacks like simultaneously. Like I would send someone to
No,
go
it's
inspect that.
So I get that. That's more just supposed to be you're getting a status report thing, but we don't do a good job of saying that to the player.
It doesn't
Right.
feel like a status report.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like it at all.
Not
right
at
now.
all, yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah, we don't have a mechanism for explaining any of that kind of stuff yet, which I think we could come up with something. But still with the idea that like this whole journey of like trying to find a new planet is 5 days long, 9 days long, going from planet to when we find home, we mutiny and die. Like there just doesn't feel like there's much of an arc yet. So I don't know if we need to continue kind of talking about time scale versus population and figure out from a story perspective where we're shooting. And that's actually another metric that I'd like us to maybe add to the list of things maybe to track. The amount of days that have transpired from beginning of game to end of game in game for a player.
Mm-hmm.
So that we get an idea of like what story we're telling there. Like I'm not talking about this mechanically. I'm talking about this in terms of like what are we trying to evoke with the player? And is like 12 days, is that enough of an arc? Or I don't know. There's some weird time dilation scale things that just feel weird still.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's definitely something that we need to continue to refine and polish and adjust time scale and population scale, because like I think we have a good sense of the vibe we're trying to communicate. I think it's just like both the presentation of the information, which I think matters a lot, but then also it is going to be about nailing the scale. Because like every time I think about like, okay, well, we reduce the population to be more like the hundreds, and then I'm like, well, then like factions make zero sense, and like none of this makes any sense, right? And so it's like I think there's a good 50% of it that is purely presentation, but I do think that there is another 50% where we haven't dialed in those scales right, and getting feedback and thinking through it and collecting data and asking ourselves how we want to do it to get the right tone, I think is for sure something we need to do. Though that being said, there is a bunch of the like normal things that take up time and space stuff that we're just sidestepping with how our jump engines work. Because there's basically no travel time between vast distances. But we can still account for some of that going on and just figuring that out. So I think it's worth a conversation. And it's probably a conversation around narrative as well, long term, and working with a narrative designer or something on it. So.
Yeah, because that's what I think. I think it has a lot more to do with trying to identify from a narrative perspective what is the story we're trying to tell, and then trying to make our in-game stuff fit that in a way that makes sense. Because it'll help illustrate things like if we're talking about, is it a progress report or is it a radio station, or is like what are the ways we start to communicate this stuff in a way that is convincing to the player. I think has a lot to do with like what is that story we want to tell.
I wish it had more gameplay ramifications.
Yeah,
like I don't really care when I lose people, except for the fact that it might hurt my morale a little bit.
Right.
But I mean, like, if you're the fleet commander of a vast fleet, like, would you actually care if 4 random people died of old age?
I mean, I'm saying I don't even care on a bigger scale. Like, I don't even care if I lose 4,000 people. The only reason I care is because it affects my morale.
Sure.
I wish that it had more of a gameplay ramification so that I was invested in it.
Mm.
Oh shit! I need to scan everything in the system. God damn it.
Yeah, and I think long term we might be able to find ways to do that with sort of quests and events having more in-game context versus the flat things they are right now. I think there might be some things where, based on, having trigger actions that are based on population loss, or having the way an event can turn be based on how many people you've lost since the last jump. Or I think there's ways we could probably start to have that be more surfaced into your interactions. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, I can imagine things like this is really stupid, but I can imagine like your farms are based their efficacy is based on how many people work them, which is
Mhm.
stupid because that's also how much you eat. So they end up just
Hey,
nullifying
I
each
did
other.
it.
You
Yeah.
did it,
So
Brandon.
I did it.
19,000.
Yay, we get a win. Thank you, Brandon.
You
You should
got
get a
it.
bigger score boost for winning.
yeah, that's what I said before. Remember?
Oh yeah, sorry.
A winner is me.
I also just want to point out that I disagree with the statement that factions don't exist when you're in the hundreds. I think factions actually absolutely do exist when you're in the hundreds. Maybe if you're in the tens, they might be a little harder, but I even think there they can exist because factions play a huge role and are a wonderful gameplay element, for example, in Tropico, and their population usually doesn't get anywhere even close to 400. Like 400 is an enormous city in that game. You're usually closer to 50 to 150. Like you start each one with about 40 to 70 people, and then it grows to about under 200 by the end of your match. And
Hey,
factions are
Brandon,
immensely important in that
Yes.
game.
did you launch out of the main menu?
Yeah, I did map main menu, right?
Okay. Maybe you just haven't been processed yet.
Well, I'm
Uh,
going to need help with this task, I
With what?
think.
Map main menu.
I just realized
Cool. I think you just haven't been processed yet.
Okay, cool.
making
What
things
task, George?
generic is really hard.
What are you talking about?
The buttons for the planet, they
Oh
all
yeah.
have potentially different trigger conditions. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I know what I can do.
The trick is to not make things generic because
Wow.
generic is not the way that video games work, unfortunately.
Sure. But handle shift button clicked what it can do is it can get the context that it's in, and if it's a planet, then it can use the planet as the thing. Okay.
Cool. So I'm gonna wrap up stream because sounds like we're about to start diving into work. So
Cool.
thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Patrick.
See you, Patrick.